HitFirstBoxing.com. We got Billy Briscoe in the house. I mean, Billy, man, you know, lately I've been working with a lot of fighters and boxers, man. I mean, you know the history of a lot of boxers, man. I mean, there's a lot of fighters out there where they wake up in the morning, they need the supplements, they need this, they need that. I mean, old school back in the days, the real boxers, they didn't have no supplements, they didn't have none of that stuff, man, and they were Class A boxing champions, though. Speak on that now.
You gotta look at a guy like Joe Louis. Joe Louis never had no conditioning, man. Back in the day, if you picked up a weight, they slap you in the back of the head, you know what I mean? All he had was Jack Blackburn and later on Manny Seaman. You know, they had the regiment. They got up, they did their road work. You know, they hit the bag, you know, they did the sparring, they had the speed bag the size of a damn basketball. You know, they didn't have no jab bag, they didn't have pads, they didn't have none of that. But they had great teachers, solid fundamentals, great sparring, and they knew what to eat, what not to eat, with the wholesome food, you know, like stay away from fried foods, don't, you know, no drinking, obviously, no smoking, staying away from the women. But other than that, it was just pure nutritional, natural food and hard training. Now you gotta have a guy that, he's a coach, is gonna teach you how to eat this food, and then you got a guy that's a supplement specialist, then you got I don't know, you got all that. I mean, the strength and conditioning is good because the game evolved. Obviously, you got to take some of that and use it, but you got to have a guy that knows what he's doing. Because most guys that come with the strength and conditioning, they come out of football. They want to make you do 440 drills and stuff. You don't need that, you know. You need things that's sport specific to boxing.
Or soccer. I mean, you know, like a European, a lot of these European fighters, man, they got so used to these other trainers teaching, you know, soccer, and they trying to bring that into the world of boxing. And I think they gotta split that up, my man. Where they need real trainers. They need real boxing trainers out there, my man, to train these fighters to know the logic of boxing, man, the science, the sweet science of boxing. I mean, that's the only thing, man. I mean,
you know, you think about this, right? You got a guy, he might be the greatest conditioned man on the planet, but if you don't have the right boxing guy, you're not gonna have, you know, you're not gonna get the right results. Then you can have a great boxing guy, but you don't have a real good conditioning person. You know, you might have problems. But if you can find a guy that can do the right conditioning and the right training, man, you're gonna go a long way. You know what I mean? As long as you got proper management.
What's next with Gabriel Rosado?
He got his eye operated to remove the scar tissue, and I think they told him to stay out till like late June, early July, I believe. So he'll be fine. You know, he just had to get that taken care of. You know, because that was an Achilles heel. You know. And all in all, he's fine. He's in the gym training.
He's a soldier, man. He's a warrior right there. Gabby's one of those best, man.
One thing for sure and two things for certain. He got all the heart in the world.
Oh,
One thing
man.
you can't teach, create, buy in a supplement jar. Either you got it or you don't.
Yeah,
and he got it in spades.
Billy, you here in Philly, man. I mean, Philly is the heart of boxing here in the United States of America.
I think so. Boxing headquarters.
It got to be, man. I mean, this is the spot, man, where all the top elite come out from. Who do you got right now coming out from you that you have under your wing right now? And the young up-and-coming fighters.
I got this kid Dennis Hassan. He just signed with Al Heyman. He's 15 and 0. He's gonna fight his first fight back light heavyweight. And he was off for about a year and a half, managerial problems. See, a lot of Philadelphia fighters suffer from bad management. That's the problem we have here. Excuse me. But he'll be back. He's fighting this month in California. Then we're gonna get him down to 68. Keep an eye out for him. The kid can fight. He was with Al Mitchell in Marquette, Michigan for like 4 years. He was the #2 amateur in the country when he turned pro. So he's really ready.
But here in DSG, man, I see a lot of young kids up in here too, man. A lot of young kids. Angel got a couple of kids underneath them.
Angel got a lot of nice kids out here, you know. You go, there's like 26 gyms in Philadelphia, or 27 active gyms. That's not counting like MMA gyms or fitness centers that have boxing programs. That's the strictly boxing gymnasiums. There's a lot of hungry kids, man. I mean, you know, they're cutting their teeth, they're earning their stripes, and they're moving up through the ranks. You know, we just finished the Golden Gloves, as a matter of fact. Now the locals, it took them like, I don't know, 8 or 9 weeks to get that took out. Now we got some of the kids that's going to fight in the States. So yeah, you know, the program's strong here. Boxing's like a religion, you know, in Philadelphia.
Beautiful. Billy, a couple last words for fans worldwide.
I just want to tell everybody that, you know, King Gabriel Rosado, you know, he's doing his thing. He's got an eye taken care of. You know, his focus. He's gonna come back and come back strong. Dennis Hassan, you know, I'm working with him. He's doing very well. I got this kid out of Toronto, Canada. His name is Samuel Vargas. Very good fighter. And I just acquired him. I'm gonna start working with him. So keep an eye out for Philadelphia because they got a lot of good fighters. Jesse Hart, Julian Williams, Danny Garcia, obviously. But you got a lot of young guys that's coming up. It's going to make some serious noise in the near future.
No doubt. Billy, the best phrase you said today, man, there's a lot of fighters out there, a lot of young guys that try and get in this sport. They want to go in for the money, for millions, stuff like that. The best phrase you said?
I said, you know, if you're in this game to make the money, man, you know, go find something else. There's a lot easier ways to make money, man. You know, you wind up starving if you come in here for the money. You got to earn your stripes. By the time you get to that certain level, you know, to get the paid, you know, you put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, you know. So if you want to do this, it's the greatest sport in the world. But be prepared to bite down on your mouthpiece and grind it out. Because, you know, this is a hard way to make an easy buck.
Always a pleasure, Billy, man. Good looking out. HippersBoxing.com in the house. Thank you.